Hello, Robbie Susan Chandler here, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. Welcome to my series of cards made with the one-horse open sleigh designer series paper, and this is card number 7. Let me quickly show you this paper. It's online exclusive, and the item number is 162118. And my card number 1 was made with these two sheets of the paper. Card number 2 was made with this one sheet. Card number 3 was made with these two. Card number 4 was made with these two right here. Card number 5 was made with this one sheet. Card number 6, these two. Card number 7 that we're doing today is made with this one sheet, and this was just an extra sheet in the stack that I didn't use. Now to see my other cards, just go to my YouTube channel and look for my One Horse Open Sleigh series, cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and there's also going to be a bonus one that's not made with the designer series paper, but is made with the trucking along set. So here's today's card, and here's the paper in the background, and we're going to use the trucking along stamp set and punch. Now, unfortunately, this will not be available again until the middle of October, but if you want to write down the item number for the bundle, it's 162306. So that's the punch and the stamp set. Alright, let's take a look at this card. It folds down, looks like this when it comes out of the envelope. You stand it up like this. You can see from the side it's an easel. And I added a little very vanilla piece in here for you to write your sentiment to your friends and family that you'll be sending it to. So, these easel cards are kind of hard to show on camera, but there we go. Alright, let's see what we have to do to make this card. Let's start with a piece of, this is Misty Moonlight, oops, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. Now I also scored it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And to fold that, you want to fold it in half, and then you want to fold it again underneath, and that will give you your easel. So make sure you fold underneath. Alright, so that's our base. Now let's look at some more pieces. This is the piece I showed you underneath that I signed down on a very vanilla piece, and it's 5 inches by 2 inches. Here is our designer series paper, and it will be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches after you cut it. But to cut it, I actually took 1 3/4 inches off the top, a 1/2 inch off the bottom, and 3/4 inches off this side, off the left. And that left me, as you can see, I've matched it up here, that left me with this piece right here. Alright, now we also need 2 pieces of Misty Moonlight that are 5.5 by 4 1/4. One of these we will be adhering to the designer series paper. Therefore, we'll have this. So that's one of the sheets. Now the other piece, the other Misty Moonlight, that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, we're going to cut with the Grove die, and it's this one from this set, and it will look like this when you cut it. Now one thing I did to this, because I wanted more of my truck showing from the back, I actually cut out these 2 trees. Let me show you that here. See the difference? I've got a wider opening. When I lay them on top, you can see, so here's the one with the trees, the one without. So if you were to not cut out the trees, let me show you on your card, you would get this look, which your truck would be behind the trees, which, you know, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I just wanted more openings, so I just cut those 2 trees on the side off. Got my axe and chopped them down. Okay, then what else I did to this piece, I embossed it. This is before the trees are cut out. I embossed it with time-worn type, and with time-worn type you need to use our gray plate when you run it through your Big Shot or our embossing machine. And that gave it this interesting kind of, I don't want to call it a leafy look, but to me it was a little more, you know, gave a foresty look and a little more interest to it. I also, on the back of this, put a lot of dimensionals so it would stand up on my card. So this piece goes down on top of this one. So then you have your two put together, and go back to your base that you've scored and folded. And see, I've already put my Rare Vanilla piece inside. And just put your glue on the bottom half of the front. Only the bottom half. Now when you get ready to adhere this piece, remember, match bottom to bottom. You don't want to glue the top. You don't want to glue it like this. You're matching the bottom to the bottom. You see there? And don't put any glue on the upper part. Bottom to bottom. And you'll end up with this. So here's your card base. Now let's talk about the stopper there. It's actually this piece right here, and it's cut from a piece of lemon lolly, and you know, just a scrap piece. This piece was actually around 2 inches by 5 1/8, and then I cut a piece of Very Vanilla that was 1 1/2 inches by 4, and I stamped my sentiment from, and this is unfortunately I think a retired set, Christmas to Remember, but I like the way it filled up this going across. And I cut these with a die set called Nested Essentials. And I used the, let me make sure, yeah, I used the two smallest ones, this one and this one, to cut the two pieces, and then I just put them together with dimensionals. So this is a cool new set that we've got, Nested Essentials. You might want to check them out. Alright, so we've got this piece. Let's go ahead and pop it down. And we'll have our, I call it the stopper, but actually it's what keeps your card or makes your card stand up. So that's why I like to put both of these sections on dimensionals, the bottom part and the Very Vanilla part. Alright, so now we have the stopper. So all we're missing now is our truck. So let's talk about the truck. Okay, if you look at the stamp set, you'll see you have an outline of the truck. And I cut my truck, I used a piece of 3 by 2 inch paper for my truck. But first you stamp your outline, and that's this one. And then you do the fill-in, which is this one. And then it has the truck and the little thing in the middle. I wouldn't call it the lug because those usually go around, but anyway, part of the hubcap. And hey, we were looking, if you ever need eyes and eyebrows, look at there. Ooh. So anyway, and then you can stamp this. But I got lazy and I decided just to color mine in with the black blend. And I have a silver Sharpie that I kind of made some silver hubcaps on mine. And so yeah, that's probably cheating a little bit, but it was just easier. And then just punch it out with your truck punch. It just fits in. Just pop it in here, get my finger on it, line it up, and you're going to have a little bit of border on this truck. And if you don't like that, I would suggest lining up the bottom, and then you can trim the top off. I'll show you on this one. So pop that out and you get all these extra pieces. This is actually supposed to be, if you want to just use the punches, this is the fender, if you want to do a fender, and then these are wheels. If you wanted to do those separately. So see, I've punched this one out so that the truck and tires are even on the bottom, and if you want to, you could just take your scissors and cut along the top, and you would have it, you wouldn't have that border on it. Okay, now you have to do 2 of those for this card because we have the little trailer on the back. So here's my second one, and what I did, I just cut down Let me put it together again. I cut down this black line and over a little bit down because you need a hitch. So see, here's my little hitch right there. There's the hitch. So I cut that off there, and then that just hooks to the back of your, I'll lay it down here, hooks to the back of your truck like that. So that's the way you get the little trailer and the truck. Now in the trailer and the truck, I put a Christmas tree and some presents. These are two-step stamping. So first you stamp your black outline and then you fill in with the color. I use black memento, and here I used shaded spruce. For the presents I did the outline in black and I did the presents in real red. And then I colored them in. Well, I'll show you here. Here's the tree and the shaded spruce, and then here's the presents. Now I colored the presents in with, what yellow is this? Daffodil Delight, and this is Boho Blue. Well, let me show you something exciting about the Boho Blue. Now here's Daffodil Delight. This is our old Stampin' markers. And you notice this tip, it's kind of hard plastic. Well, these didn't work too good, to be honest with you. They dried up. So Stampin' Up! Has improved our markers. Now we have this type of tip, and these work really great. These are really, well, I'll make a little mark here to show you. Let's see it. There's the mark. So these work wonderful. You'll really like those. So then I fussy cut or cut out with my scissors. We don't have dies for these, so you just cut these out by hand. Now when I cut them out, I left a little bit of border on the bottom, as you can see from that one and that one, because you'll need something to put glue on to adhere it to the back of the truck. So you just glue that one to the back of that truck, and then to the trailer you glue your little presents to the back. There you have it. And I put those on dimensionals. So let's pop those on our card. Well, let's start with the truck. And I'm going to put him right about here. And then here's the trailer. And we'll pop it, I'm going to kind of put it underneath my bluegrass right there. Now let's give it a little more space so you can tell that it's a trailer. There we go. Alright, let's see, we pop that on. I think that looks pretty cool. Here's the truck going through the woods, going to grandmother's house or wherever, to the family, with our presents and the tree. Okay, and then it stands up like this, and you can sign inside. So I hope you like this card. Please like my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that too. If you need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And it seems kind of strange here in Florida to be making these Christmas cards right now because it's only 95, 98 outside, but it feels like 110. So it's really nice just to be inside making cards right now with this weather. So I hope you're inside making cards too. And until next time, happy crafting.